Firstly, and above all else, thank you. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys have no idea how much your subscriptions mean to me. I know 127 subscribers doesn't mean much compared to the more famous YouTubers who have thousands upon thousands of subscribers, and I really appreciate all the likes and, of course, the dislikes as well. Even them commentating on my videos are very much appreciated. It really lets me know what you guys like and what you don't like about my videos, but I don't want the channel to be very like every other channel out there, because it seems like all the other channels are all the same. So I want to leave my mark on the internet, and to be honest, I'm still on that journey trying to figure out what it is exactly. So forgive me in advance if I make some of the weirdest videos in the future, because I honestly really am a weird freak, but for the vast majority of my subscribers, you really have nothing to fear. I'm still really shy about it, so for the meantime, I think I'll slowly ease my way into it. If you guys watch my older videos, you'll find some weird shit going on there and some really embarrassing stuff, but that's actually just that's really me. That's just me. At least that's me when I'm feeling crazy, and that ain't some sad fake shit trying to catch attention, because people who actually know me know that I can be a real retard sometimes. Anyway, enough of this self-autobiography shit. Let's get into the video, and yes, I curse a lot because why the fuck not? So parents, don't let your children watch this shit, and children, don't let your parents hear you swear, especially not at them. No, for fuck's sake, never swear at them. You owe them that little respect. So parents are amazing. Shout at them all you want, but never swear at them. Okay, Zenyatta. So this meta for season 2 has driven Zenyatta to become a must-play hero in almost every game, and with a good reason. Hey everybody, what's up? It's Pachosaurus and we're playing with the Zenmeister. In a few of my previous videos, I mentioned that Zenyatta would be one of the new must-play heroes for this coming Season 2, and Season 2 is expected to come in by September 6th, which is pretty near, so any of you support mains out there, if you have no experience with Zenyatta, you're gonna want to have him on the list of heroes to master. Zenyatta is especially strong right now since they buffed the damage that his orbs do, especially his charged orbs. He's often compared to Mercy when it comes to which support is best for certain situations, since both of them are able to buff damage and heal teammates. Although Zenyatta can apply his Orb of Discord on an enemy, and any damage that target receives will be increased by 30%. Previously, this Orb of Discord was set to amplify damage by 50%. However, they gave it a nerf, but you can hardly feel the difference in the PTR, at least, because it's not yet they haven't rolled out this patch yet on the live servers, but you can hardly feel the difference since they increased his normal attack from 40 damage per orb to 46 damage per orb. So that's a 6 damage boost, and it makes a lot of differences of worlds. Mercy, on the other hand, basically does the same thing. Her damage boost beam increases a friendly hero's damage by 30%. However, this is where their differences come in. Zenyatta's Orb of Discord is best used for being offensive, and at the same time, you get to keep a nice safe distance from any harm. So as Zenyatta, you really want to be out of harm's way until you can pop your ultimate, while Mercy is especially best for healing heroes and for being a pocket healer for your teammates, now that her healing beam has been buffed up. So why has Zenyatta turned into a must-play hero? Because his orbs are fucking wrecking balls. First of all, he can actually contribute to the damage output of your team. If you've got good aiming skills or even moderate aiming skills, his orbs can really destroy enemies even without the Orb of Discord. And with the Orb of Discord, you just train wreck every single bitch out there. But that's for people with great aiming skills. For the peasant gamers like me, I simply just spam throwing his balls all over the place, but I make sure I have my Orbs of Harmony and Discord always applied on important targets. Orb of Harmony pales in comparison to the healing abilities of the other supports, but if you place it on a player who's really good at killing stuff, people, whatever, that healing orb can go a very long way. For the average player, Zenyatta can be really hard to master, but the thing with Zenyatta is if you suck at aiming, then you should focus more on playing smart. What do I mean by this is whenever I play solo queue with Zenyatta, I take a look at my teammates and check which one is a skilled FPS player and which one knows how to strategize. Once I'm familiar with which is which, I pay close attention to them so that I can support them at the right time. So that, whenever they pop an ultimate, I can complement that with something to support them. I also press tab frequently so I know who has their ultimate up, and I also listen very closely to the sound cues so I know who to support. Whenever I'm playing with Zenyatta, I'm constantly analyzing the situation as if it were a chess game, making myself aware of possible moves that are going to be made so that I'm ready to make a move myself. And these things help me make game-winning decisions on how I support. Another thing you might want to take note of is that his Orb of Discord also serves as a means to tell your teammates if an enemy threat is somewhere behind you. Because when you place the orb on an enemy, it gives away the location of that enemy until the orb returns to you. So in that way, you can subtly tell your teammates that someone is sneaking up behind us. But seriously, Blizz, this game needs a means to point out certain enemies in the area. Something we can actually spam around to get people's attention. If you've played PlanetSide 2, in PlanetSide 2 they have a means of pointing out enemies. Great game, by the way, PlanetSide 2. But Overwatch came out and, well, Overwatch just trumps everything else. So in PlanetSide 2, you press a button and you'll hear your tune shout out something like "Enemy Light Assault" or "Enemy Medic," or even even for aircrafts, you can point them out and your tune will go out and say "Enemy aircraft in the area." All of which is extremely useful. But going back to the Orb of Discord, the orb amplifies any damage the target receives as opposed to Mercy's beam, which only amplifies the friendly hero's damage. So it's possible that if you play Mercy and nobody on your team can aim properly, then in a way you're failing to contribute any damage for the team. But as Zenyatta, with the Orb of Discord, any damage, even if it's a stray bullet, will get amplified, which in my opinion is much better than, since in a game where everyone just spams and shoots stuff and runs everywhere, the chances of you getting hit by a stray bullet is very high. So now let's talk about Zenyatta's charge up shots and how to use them. The short answer, if you see a cluster of heroes in one area or one spot, charge up and spam that shit. Your chances of it hitting someone or multiple someones is high. The more defined answer, well, those charge up shots are great for quickly taking out heroes with less than 300 health. Plus, just like his normal attacks, you can use it to snipe heroes. So if there's a pesky turret, take cover, charge up, and snipe it. If there's a Widowmaker taking peekaboo shots, do the same thing. Take cover, charge up, and snipe. Plus, a lot of players in the lower skill tiers tend to ignore Zenyatta since they are completely unaware of the contribution he brings to the team. So if you see a Zenyatta on the enemy team, you should shut down that motherfucker as best you can because he's most likely playing the shots. And lastly, his ultimate, Transcendence, is basically a healing version of Lucio's sound barrier. So if you already use Lucio regularly, of which as a support main I'm pretty sure you do, just use it the same way you would with the sound barrier, offensively while you're pushing, or when the enemy team is pushing and you're on defense, etc, etc. So alright folks, that's it for this one. If you liked the video, go on ahead and like it, and share the video, spread the knowledge, and don't forget to subscribe. I have many theories about Sombra, like the one about her being a time traveler, but that's a discussion for another time. Get it? Another time? Whatever. I'll see you guys in the next one.